Welcome to Daily Review, your daily dose of literary exploration. We dive into books that spark curiosity and ignite growth. While our passion often leads us to nonfiction reads that empower and improve your life, no book is off limits. From gripping thrillers to insightful memoirs and compelling fiction to historical accounts, we're here to share and discuss all the interesting reads we discover. Tune in for your next great book idea. Now, have you ever had that feeling? That deep, quiet sense that you're right on the edge of a massive life change? Like you're standing at a crossroads and you're not sure which way to go. Well, today, we're diving into Brianna Wiest's book, The Pivot Year, which is basically a 365-day guide for that exact moment. Think of it as a roadmap for some really profound personal transformation. Right from the get-go, the book starts with this incredibly powerful wish. I mean, it's more than just hope, right? It's a real call to action. It speaks directly to that part of us that's just so tired of waiting and really wants to start living a life that feels, well, authentic. A life that feels like it was always supposed to be ours. So where does a journey like this even begin? It all starts with recognizing what the book calls the call to change. And this isn't some loud, obnoxious alarm bell going off. No, usually it's more like a persistent, quiet feeling that something deep down just has to shift. The book poses this question, and man, it's a powerful one to just sit with for a second. Seriously, think about it. Are your daily actions, your job, your relationships, are they actually bringing you closer to your core self? Or are you kind of just playing it safe, dancing around the edges of who you were truly meant to be? And this brings up a really critical distinction the book makes. We're not talking about superficial change here. You know, like rearranging the furniture in your house and hoping you'll suddenly feel different. The book argues for what it calls soul-aligned change. This is about going inward, deep into that core space where your entire reality is born, and making the shift right there at the source. Okay, so once you answer that call to change, you inevitably come face to face with what is, let's be honest, the scariest part of any real transformation, the great unknown. This is that moment where you have to let go of everything familiar and you often don't have a clear picture of what's coming next. But here's where the book just brilliantly flips the script on that fear. Instead of seeing the unknown as this terrifying, empty void, it reframes it. It's a realm of infinite potential. It's not emptiness at all. It's actually the space where all these possibilities you couldn't have even imagined before can finally come into your life. I absolutely love this phrase. It just perfectly captures that disorienting in-between feeling, you know? You're no longer the person you used to be, but you're not yet the person you're becoming. The book argues that this uncomfortable gap, this is actually the most defining period of our lives. It's where you face a choice. Either you retreat back to the safety of your old habits, or you find the courage to just stay open to what's coming next. But, okay, that leads to the biggest challenge, doesn't it? How do you actually navigate that space? I mean, how do you learn to release the past, especially when it's all you've ever known? To get through that feeling of being lost, you're going to need a whole new kind of compass. And the book's answer isn't to go looking for some map outside of yourself. Nope, it's all about discovering the compass that you already have inside you. This whole section of the journey is about learning to listen to a totally different, much quieter voice. Wiest uses this fantastic metaphor of two rivers running through us. The first one is loud, it's powerful, it's the river of the world's voices. It's everyone telling you what to do, who to be, what you should want. But then there's a second river, and it's so much quieter. It's that single, steady voice of your own inner knowing. The entire journey, really, is about learning how to finally hear that second, quiet river above all the noise of the first one. But how do you actually do that? How do you listen? Well, the book offers some incredibly practical wisdom. It's not one big, dramatic action. It's actually a series of small, intentional practices. It's about creating that tiny pause between a feeling and your reaction to it. It's about really noticing what energizes you versus what just completely drains you. And ultimately, it's about developing a new kind of trust. Trusting the doors that close, for sure, but also trusting the ones that unexpectedly open right up in front of you. So, let's say you've done it. You've answered the call, you faced the unknown, and you found your inner compass.
What's the result? What does it actually look like to live this new, authentic life? Well, it's not about reaching some finish line. It's about a whole new way of being.
According to the book, happiness isn't some prize you just find at the end of the rainbow. It's something you gently and intentionally build over time. You build it from the inside out. First, by making peace a daily ritual, not some distant goal. Then, by focusing your energy on strengthening the relationships that truly nourish you. And finally, by finding those little pockets in the world and within yourself where you feel that deep sense of, I belong here. And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. The pivot year isn't about arriving at some perfect, final destination. The real prize, the real point of it all, isn't the outcome, it's the person you become along the way. The process itself, the trusting, the leaping, the healing, that's what forges your truest self. And so, the book leaves us with this final, piercing question. It just cuts through all the noise, all the expectations, all the fear, and gets right to the heart of everything. You have this one life, this one incredible, irreplaceable chance. What are you going to do with your freedom? Thank you so much for tuning into Daily Review. We truly appreciate you joining us for your daily dose of literary exploration. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to share these amazing books with you. If you're enjoying what you hear, please consider taking a moment to subscribe, rate, like, and comment on any of the platforms you're listening from. This really helps support our channel and allows us to get better and bring you even more great content. If today's review sparked your interest and you're ready to dive into a copy of the book, please consider using the link in our description to make your purchase. Not only does it make it easy for you to get your hands on the book, but it also directly supports our channel and the author, allowing us to keep bringing you more great content. Thanks again for being a part of the Daily Review community.